This week in the Missouri Senate, we review one of the measures the legislature sent to the executive branch this year.
I think that's the only responsible thing to do.
I really encourage them to do a decade-long one.
Senate Bill 748 was pre-filed on December 1st, heard by the Missouri Senate Appropriations Committee on January 17th, given preliminary Missouri Senate approval on April 30th, sent to the Missouri House of Representatives on May 9th, and truly agreed to and finally passed on May 15th. Senator Lincoln Hough of Springfield is the sponsor. He says he has believed from the beginning this measure would pass during the regular session.
Anyone who has been here for the last several years saw what happens when we don't get it done during regular session and we immediately come back into special. So I think the prudent, responsible thing to do is to do our jobs while we're here. I don't have any fear that we don't get this done.
Missouri Senate Minority Floor Leader John Rizzo of Independence says part of the discussion around Senate Bill 748 related to whether or not there would be a sunset on the reimbursement.
At least 10 years. Obviously, the ideal situation is to not have a sunset on it at all so that it can't be used as this back and forth and leverage and everything else. That was the point of that. They do that in the 11th hour of the budgeting. That's the point. You can slice it and dice it however you like. There's two ways to get things done in politics, and that's leveraging somebody or compromising.
Missouri Senate President Pro Tem Caleb Rowden of Columbia says the federal reimbursement allowance had to be handled along with the budget.
In the absence of that $4 billion, you have a much different equation in front of you. I assume our goal will be, and our objective will be to start that conversation and give us a little bit of wiggle room and a little bit of a buffer to make sure that we get it done and we know how much money we have or don't have.
Senator Doug Beck of St. Louis says he agrees the FRA is a part of the state's budget.
We believe the FRA is very, very important. Actually, it's kind of hard to do a budget without the FRA, just so your numbers are kind of fake to begin with. So the FRA needs to happen in our mind.
Senator Rusty Black of Chillicothe says he believes it was necessary to renew the FRA.
This bill is a public-private partnership with the state government as well as the private entities that are primarily our hospitals, emergency services, long-term care facility, and pharmacies. Provides $3 billion in matching federal funds to serve our most vulnerable populations.
Senator Tracy McCreery of St. Louis County also says she is glad this measure passed.
This is money that is critical to keeping our hospitals and nursing homes and critical healthcare services funded around the state of Missouri.
Senate Bill 748 would take effect on August 28th. The hospital reimbursements in the proposal coincide with the federal fiscal year, which begins on October 1st. And remember, you can follow these and other issues facing the Missouri Senate, plus see a complete list of truly agreed to and finally passed legislation by visiting our website, senate.mo.gov. Reporting from the state capitol, I'm Dean Morgan.